This is Euclid Book 5, proposition number 4, and hopefully I won't lose my voice. I've been dealing with a little bit of laryngitis. I know you've been seeing that in the past few videos, but I'm still dealing with it a little bit. Alright, the statement goes like this. If a first magnitude has to a second the same ratio as a third to a fourth, then any equal multiples whatever of the first and third also have to the same ratio to any equal multiples whatever of the second and fourth respectively, taken in corresponding order. That's a mouthful. Okay. We're going to do a lot of pretending here, so just bear with me. Okay? Now, I know that if you look at this real close, you're going to see that this is nowhere near 1 inch, but we're going to pretend that it is. Okay? Like I said, we're going to do a lot of pretending to get this thing exactly right. Excuse me. Let a first magnitude A have to a second B the same ratio as the third C to a fourth D. Okay. Well, here's A, here's B, here's C, here's D. So we're going to say 1 inch is to 2 inches as 2 inches is to 4 inches. Now, I know this is not 1 to 2 and 3 to 4. I know all that. Okay? But we're going to pretend, because I don't have a sheet of paper that big. I'm sorry. When you see what we have in mind, you're going to know I don't have a piece of paper that big. Okay. So, the ratio is 1 to 2 as 2 to 4. Okay? And as you can see here, I kind of drew this out. 1 to 2 as 2 to 4. And I'll get it real close here. 1 to 2 as 2 to 4. Now, forget the rest of this at this moment, alright? Now, we're going to take equal multiples E and F of A and C. What does that mean? Alright. We're going to make 2 copies of A, and we're going to call it E. So E is going to be 2 inches in length because A is 1 inch in length. Okay? So you see 1 inch here and 1 inch here. 1 inch and 1 inch makes 2 inches. Alright. Now, we have said that C here, see letter C here? Okay. Down here, we have letter F. Now, C is supposedly 2 inches long, so F is going to be 4 inches long. Why is F going to be 4 inches long? Because it's going to be a combination of 2 C's. Here's one C, here's the other C. 2 inches plus 2 inches makes 4 inches. Okay? Now then, we have letters G and H. Well, what's G? We're going to make 3 letter B's. Now, as we said, letter B was 2 inches long. Okay? So here's 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. There are 3 B's in G. Okay? So, 2 inches plus 2 inches plus 2 inches is 6 inches. Now, what about H? Alright, we're going to make 3 lengths of D. Now, as we said, D is 4 inches long. I know it don't look 4 inches long, but we're going to pretend that it's 4 inches long. So H is going to be 12 inches long. Why is H going to be 12 inches long? 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Okay? So far, so good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to eventually say E is to G as F is to H. We're going to say that this is in the same proportion to this as this is to that. Okay. So what does Euclid want you to do first? He wants you to take equal multiples of K and L. Okay. So here's K here. Here's K here. And way up here we got L. Okay. Now K is going to be twice as long as E. Okay. So it's going to be 2 E's in K. Okay. Now, we already established that E is twice A. So E is 2 inches long. Okay? And so K is going to be 4 inches long because E is 2 inches long. 2 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches. Okay? Now, what about L and F? Well, here's L. Okay? And L is going to be twice as long as F. Okay? Now, F was already established to be twice C. And we already said the C is 2 inches. So F is 4 inches. Okay, we're going to put a 4 here. F is 4 inches. So L is going to actually be 8 inches. 4 inches plus 4 inches makes 8 inches. Alright. What about M and N and G and H? Okay. M is going to be 3 times the length of G. Okay, here's G here, and M is going to be 3 times the length of G. Alright. Now we already said previously that G here is 3 times the length of B. Well, B being 2 inches, 2, 4, 6. Alright. Now, if M here is 3 times the length of G, then it's going to be 6, 12, 18 inches. Because 6 inches plus 6 inches plus 6 inches is 18 inches. Alright? Now, what about N? N here is going to be 3 times the size of H, right here. N is going to be 3 times the size of H. Now, H is already 3 times the size of D. So, H is going to be 6 inches long. But no, it's not. Nope. Nope, it's not. Okay. D was 4 inches long, so H is going to be 12 inches long. Okay. 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Alright, now, if N is 3 times the length of H, then 12, 24, 36 inches. This is what I was talking about. I don't have a piece of paper that's 36 inches long. Be nice, but I don't. So 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches, making 36 inches. Alright. Here comes the proof. Since E is the same multiple of A, E here is the same multiple of A as F is of C, F is of C, and equal multiples K and L of E and F have been taken. Therefore, K is the same multiple of A as L is of C. Alright. K is the same multiple of A. Let's go down here to K. Alright. K is twice of E. And E is twice of A. So what we're saying here is that since E is 2 inches long, okay, and K is twice that of E, then K is 4 inches long. Alright? And therefore, there are 4 A's in K. There are 2 A's in E, and there are 2 E's in K. So there are 4 A's in K. Alright. Same thing of L and C. Well, here's L up here. L's here. Here's C here. Okay? Now, L is twice as long as F. Okay? And F is twice as long as C. Okay? So there are 4 C's in L. Since there are 2 C's in F and there are 2 F's in L, then there are 4 C's in L. Okay? For the same reason, M is the same multiple of B. Okay, here's M, and way up here's B. M is the same multiple of B as N is of D. Okay? Now, how does that work? Alright. There are 3 G's in M, and there are 3 B's in G. So, if there are 3 B's in G and 3 G's in M, then there are going to be 9 B's, okay, 9 B's in 1 M. There's going to be 9 B's in 1 M. Alright. There are also going to be 9 D's in N. Okay, there are going to be 9 D's in N. There's going to be 9 of these. See this D right here? There's going to be 9 of these in N. And this is proved by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 3. And since A is to B as C is to D, and equal multiples K and L have been taken of A and C, and the other arbitrary equal multiples M and N of B and D, therefore, if K is bigger than M, then L is going to be bigger than N. If K is equal to M, then L is going to be equal to N. If K is less than M, which it is in this case, then L is going to be less than N. And this is by Euclid Book 5, definition number 5. And since K and L are equal multiples of E and F, and M and M are equal multiples of I lost it here for a second. And K and M and N are equal multiples of G and H. Okay, M and M are equal multiples of G and H. Therefore, E is to G as F is to H. Now let me just make this a lot simpler. At least I'm going to try to do this right here. If you have a fraction that says 1/2 is equal to 2/4, and you take that fraction times 2/3, you take both sides of this equation by 2/3. Okay, let's say you take both sides of this equation times 2/3. You're going to come up with a fraction that's 2/6 equaling 4/12. And 2/6 and 4/12 are exactly the same thing. Okay, they're going to be 1/3 and 1/3. If you don't believe me, you can just do the arithmetic for yourself. And that concludes Euclid Book 5, proposition number 4. I know it was silly, but it works. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.